People, the richest man today has a net worth of about $200 billion, which surely seems like an unachievable number, but you will be surprised to know that the richest self-made billionaire had a net worth equivalent to $400 billion today. Mr. John D. Rockefeller made his fortune by selling oil, and he made this possible by becoming the monopoly of his industry. तो क्वेश्चन तो ये है कि रॉकफेलर ने ऐसा क्या किया जो और सब नहीं कर पाए, एंड वॉज इट रियली वर्थ ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स ही फेस्ड थ्रू आउट हिज लाइफ. John was born in 1839 in New York to a con artist named William A. Rockefeller, also known as the Devil Bill. Devil Billy most of his time was away from the house with his mistresses and only occasionally returned to meet his kid. According to strange situation test by Mary Ainsworth, this kind of behavior from dad made John D. Rockefeller an insecure, avoidant child, which really affected his harsh and aggressive business strategy because he did not care about his competition. One could argue that his father's choices made him the man who was hated by most of the Americans. Although he was never around, but whenever he was, he taught John about money and business. So John grew up learning about money. He used to maintain a ledger, and his ledger shows that he used to record every transaction of his life, from buying clothes to giving donations in the church. Ever since Rockefeller could remember, he had two dreams. One, make $100,000, and two, live 100 years of life. His first dream started at the age of 18 when he launched the business of commodity trading by taking a loan from his father, selling meat and grain. But only a year later, the news of crude oil broke through the newspaper. It was eventually the biggest thing of that time. Although he had made $500,000 in profits from this first business, Rockefeller realized that the oil industry was made for him. Rockefeller saw that the real money was in refining the oil instead of drilling for it. So in 1870, he launched the company Standard Oil of Ohio, and he was earning well for 1.5 years. But so was his competition. The same crude oil that costed $56 for a barrel in 1865 was now costing only $26, and the price of oil kept falling. His own success threatened by what he described as cutthroat competition. In 1872, Rockefeller, with a number of top people in oil business, started the South Improvement Company. Rockefeller, through the South Improvement Company, came in a secret agreement with the railroads. The agreement was such that the railroads had to provide a rebate of 30 to 40% to the members of the South Improvement Company. For example, in New York, when a barrel would cost somewhere around $2.5, every member of SIC will receive a 50 cents rebate, making it $2 only. And not just that, for every barrel sold outside of SIC members, SIC would again receive a 50 cent for every barrel sold, making it even cheaper than other smaller businesses. After some time, Rockefeller would go to these businesses with his ledger and offer to buy them out. He would show them that the business could not cope up with the competition. Out of the 26 companies opposite of him, he had acquired 22 of them and had reached the monopoly of oil industry with 90% of oil under his control. Now he could decide the price in oil industry and hence affect the small businesses. Rockefeller was putting out small businesses, but actually he did not realize that he was rigging a time bomb for himself. And that time bomb was Ida Tarbell, whose father's small business could not cope up with that of Standard Oil of Ohio. While Rockefeller hardly ever met his father, Ida saw the tormenting of his father while growing up. She was a renowned journalist. In fact, her work on Rockefeller was ranked number 5 in the 1999 list of the best American journalism of the 20th century. The history of Standard Oil Corporation revealed the unfair practices followed by Mr. Rockefeller. Following her work, the government started looking deeper in the company. And in 1911, the Supreme Court ruled that the company must be dismantled into 34 different entities. पर जब तक तो रॉकफेलर ने कंपनी से संन्यास ही ले लिया था. He was just the president because his managers did not want to go to prison, while the mastermind of the company was on retirement. If anything, the 1911 ruling actually helped Rockefeller. It turns out the individual companies grew even more with the competition. In 1913, he had a net worth of about $900 million, equivalent to about $400 billion today. And even the wealthiest men today have not reached that peak. After achieving so much, he decided he wanted to give back to the society even more. His name is now associated with a number of universities, churches, hospitals and scientific research. So Rockefeller की लाइफ से एक बात समझ आती है that you have to achieve monopoly to generate greater wealth. Even in today's life, you must focus on a smaller part of the society as a business and then eventually turn it into something bigger. That's it from my side, and if you think this video can help someone, then please do share it with them.